Today, we're talking about what's available to you when you let go of that belief. So, I want you to imagine for a second the belief that you no longer want to believe, the belief that you're like, you know what, if I really let this go, like things would really start to change. I would start to feel differently. I would start to show up differently, and I would start to create different results. I want you to think about that belief. Now, I want you to spend time in not having the belief. What is that like? Like, if you don't have the belief, what are the things that you no longer do? If you don't have that belief, how might you show up? How might you feel? What results could you create? Because we want to start showing our brain that actually not having that belief would be beneficial. Because right now, our brains are hanging on to it because it thinks it's safe. It's like, no, for real, listen, we need to hold on to this belief because we know that we keep you alive right now and we know that things are okay right now. So let's just keep all these same beliefs and let's just keep using them and let's not exert the energy to create a new one. So we want to just start showing our brain what it would be like, how we would feel differently, what results we could create, what is the life that we could have if we weren't believing this belief, and keep playing around with it in these specific scenarios. Like when you wake up in the morning, if you weren't believing this, would that change that? When you're showing up to your work, if you weren't believing this, would that change that? I want you to think about some of the beliefs that you really have taken as part of an identity. Like maybe I'm a procrastinator. Now, what would happen if you didn't believe that about yourself? Maybe you would start showing up and getting things done. Maybe you wouldn't put things off. Maybe you would just show up, get things done, and have things taken care of. And so looking at that, like what are these beliefs that you have really took as like who you are? And what if you didn't have them? What would be different about that? Because then when you start to show your brain, like, okay, we would actually be better off if we didn't believe this. It's safe to not believe this. This is what could happen. This would be okay. Then you can start working on like, what do you want to believe about yourself? What do you want to think about you? How do you want to show up? What do you want to believe? And then you can start practicing that. What is it like when I'm believing this belief? What is it like when I've let that other belief go and I'm stepping into this new version of me with these new beliefs? And also tapping into that feeling. Like when you're believing this new thing, when you've let go of this old belief, how do you feel? And from that feeling, what do you want to do? And what are the results that you will create from doing things differently? And if you want to create the feeling of commitment, then make sure you go to createcommitment.com to sign up for the waitlist for my course, How to Create Commitment.